First on our tour of terror is a world that looks deceptively beautiful. I'm talking about HD 189733b, the planet of sideways glass rain. From a distance, its deep cobalt blue color makes it look a bit like a twin of our own Earth. But this is a deadly deception. That inviting color isn't from pristine oceans. It's the reflection from tiny particles of silicate, a fancy word for glass. And the weather here is, to put it mildly, apocalyptic. Winds whip around the planet at over 5,000 miles per hour. That's roughly 7 times the speed of sound. These hypersonic winds pick up those glass particles, meaning it literally rains molten glass. But not down, sideways. This isn't weather. It's a planet-wide sandblaster that would shred metal, rock, and any unfortunate visitor into atoms in less than a second. From glass rain, we travel to a world with a forecast that sounds even more like science fiction. Let's visit WASP 76b, the planet where it rains molten iron. This monster of a planet is what's known as an ultra-hot Jupiter. It orbits so close to its parent star that its dayside temperatures soar to a blistering 2,400 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to not just melt iron, but to vaporize it, turning solid metal into an atmospheric gas. Powerful winds then sweep this iron vapor over to the planet's cooler, permanently dark night side. There, the temperature drops and the iron gas condenses back into liquid droplets, falling from the sky as a rain of pure, molten iron. Just imagine a downpour of liquid metal, hotter than any furnace on Earth. That's the daily reality on WASP 76b. Now, for a world that seems to completely defy the laws of physics as we know them, I want you to meet Gliese 436b, the planet of burning ice. This is a world that shouldn't exist. It's a planet about the size of Neptune, and despite being incredibly close to its star with a surface temperature of over 400 degrees Celsius, it is covered in a thick layer of ice. How is that possible? The answer lies in the planet's immense gravity. The gravitational pull is so powerful that it crushes the water molecules together with unimaginable force, compressing them into a strange, exotic state of matter called Ice-10. This isn't the ice you find in your freezer. It's a super dense solid that refuses to melt, no matter how intensely it's being cooked. Standing on its surface would be like standing on an ice cube that is simultaneously on fire. It's a true scientific nightmare. From a planet that breaks the rules, we now go to one that's being actively destroyed by them. I'm talking about WASP 12b, the planet being eaten alive. This bloated gas giant is trapped in a truly awful and abusive relationship with its star. It orbits so perilously close that a single year lasts just over 1 Earth day. This proximity has a terrifying consequence. The star's enormous gravity is physically tearing the planet apart. Gas and atmosphere are being siphoned away from the planet, forming a glowing shroud around the star as it slowly consumes its world, piece by piece. The poor planet has been distorted into a horrifying egg shape, stretched towards its inevitable doom. As if that weren't grim enough, it's one of the darkest planets ever found, absorbing more light than fresh asphalt. It's a dark, dying world, being devoured in slow motion over the next 10 million years. You might think nothing could be worse than being consumed by a star. But what about a planet that actually survived it? Allow me to introduce Kepler 70b, the survivor from hell. This world's story is a violent one. It was once a colossal gas giant, much like our own Jupiter, orbiting its star peacefully. But then, its star began to die. It swelled into a red giant, a raging celestial furnace that completely swallowed the planet whole. For a time, Kepler 70b orbited inside its star, but instead of being vaporized entirely, the planet's dense core survived the inferno. Now, all that remains is a scorched, blazing hot, rocky world with a surface temperature hotter than the surface of our own sun. It is a planet that has literally been to hell and back, and bears the scars to prove it. After that inferno, let's plunge into the opposite extreme, into a place of absolute cold and darkness. Let's travel to what could be called OGLE 2016 BLG, a planet of absolute zero. This world is what's known as an ice ball, just slightly smaller than Earth, orbiting a tiny cool star so far away that it receives almost no heat or light. Its surface temperature is estimated to be around -220 degrees Celsius, which is only marginally warmer than the point of absolute zero, where all molecular motion ceases. This is a planet frozen solid, a dark, silent wasteland of eternal ice and frost, where the very air would be frozen solid. It is the definition of a cold, dead world. From the deepest freeze, we head into the deepest, darkest mystery. Our next destination is TRES-2b, the planet of eternal, burning darkness. It holds the official record for the darkest exoplanet ever discovered, a true sphere of cosmic evil. This gas giant absorbs more than 99% of the light that hits it, making it reflect less light than a lump of coal. But here is the truly sinister twist. This planet isn't cold. It's a hot Jupiter with temperatures that reach over 1,000 degrees Celsius. It's so hot that despite its blackness, it gives off a faint, menacing red glow, like a burning ember or a hot piece of charcoal floating in the infinite blackness of space. It's a world of pitch-dark, scorching hot terror. Now for a world that sounds like a fabulous treasure, but is in fact a deadly trap. Meet 55 Cancri E, the diamond planet with a lava ocean. As we mentioned before, this world is tidally locked. One side faces its star in a permanent, scorching day, while the other is trapped in an endless, frozen night. The day side is a literal ocean of molten lava, while the night side is a barren wasteland. The really twisted part is what the planet is made of. Scientists believe 55 Cancri E is so incredibly rich in carbon that under its immense internal pressure, much of its interior has crystallized into a planet-sized diamond. It's a treasure world that will kill you the moment you arrive. So far, all these worlds have been tied to stars. But what if a planet had no star at all? Let's talk about OTS-44, the lonely rogue wanderer. This isn't a planet in the traditional sense. It's what's known as a rogue planet, a world that was likely ejected from its original solar system and now drifts endlessly through the cold, empty darkness of interstellar space. It is more than 11 times the mass of Jupiter, a colossal giant roaming the galaxy, unlit and untethered. The evil here is existential, an eternity of cold and solitude, hurtling through the void. More terrifying is the thought of what would happen if it passed through another solar system. Its immense gravity tearing worlds from their orbits, causing untold chaos. For our final stop, we don't have to look light years away. In fact, it's our next-door neighbor. We're talking about Venus, the evil twin of Earth. In the early days of our solar system, Venus may have been much like Earth, possibly with oceans and a temperate climate, but something went horribly wrong. Today, it's a toxic, suffocating world where the atmosphere is almost pure carbon dioxide and 90 times heavier than ours, an atmospheric pressure so intense it would crush you as if you were a kilometer deep in the ocean. And the clouds, they aren't made of water. They're made of corrosive, flesh-eating sulfuric acid, which rains down on a surface hot enough to melt lead. It's a runaway greenhouse effect turned into a planetary nightmare and a terrifying reminder that the most evil places can sometimes be the ones closest to home. And there you have it, 10 of the most terrifying, inhospitable, and downright evil planets in the known universe. If you enjoyed this tour of cosmic real estate and are very glad you don't live on any of these worlds, go ahead and hit that like button. For more ventures into the weird and wonderful corners of the universe, make sure to subscribe. Let us know in the comments which of these evil planets you think is the absolute worst.